because for me, I am happy about the results. These results still favor us. Docas, I just want to start very fast, and I want to put. I feel I want to elevate the debate, and then I bring in the demis who are constitutional fighters. An election did not bring down Hosni Mubarak. He won it by something like 80%. An election did not bring down Gaddafi. Maybe let's wrap it up and call it the Arab Spring. An election did not bring down this man of Sudan, whatever he's called.
Bashir, yeah.
Bashir, yes. All those examples can tell you that an election will not bring down Museveni. And Demi is the one who knows these things. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. Government of the people, by the people, for the people.
For the people, by the people.
Yes. Bobby Wine is not the issue now. The issue is those who were mobilized. The issue is, do we want to take down Museveni? If we want to take down Museveni, it's people holding the streets just for 2 weeks or 1 week. Museveni is a coward. And he's very clever. He knows Ugandans are fear. But Docas, do we have reasons for going to the streets? I'll start with the internet. He has removed the internet because he knows Ugandans. And I think I said this yesterday on the other, on a space, that I lived in fear of my mother until she died. Ugandans are very humble people. Ugandans are not fierce. And my mother used to say, just a statement, tewali mwana gwe natugira mu mabeere. She's a Jap, but she would use the Luganda. Tewali mwana gwe natugira mu mabeere. Mujja kwereetera okufa. And then you start like, why has mom said this? And you just kept. So for me to start debating, to start doing things.
What does it mean, kutugira, whatever? What does it mean?
Okutuga is, there's no, I didn't kill any kid. She had 10 of us. Tewali mwana gwe natugira mu mabeere. I didn't choke. I didn't kill any child breastfeeding. When you start dying, you'll be the cause of your own death. So that statement made me not to explore the world. That statement made me to fear women. Because, mom could tell me about wins, and I'm like, then I didn't know she was keeping her from now I can't say what I wanted to say, tell you people about that. But I'll keep it there. Until late. But I'm giving that because I know most of you are like that. Anybody who was brought up from Buganda is a very humble person. Bebali name Pisa. Pisa tezifuga. So for us, the conditions that have been in Uganda, I kept on saying that every condition Museveni does, whether he has killed your sister or your brother, it favors a revolution. Whether he has cheated election, it favors a revolution. Now the issue is, where is the revolution? That's the question we should ask each of us. If the internet comes on and you find you have lost a brother, a sister, or whatever, what are you going to do? If the internet has affected your business, what are you going to do? Let's not focus on Bob Wine anymore. He has done his job. He did his part. I now want to see the Iganga group that was dancing. I want to see the Arua group. Because that group is what we need. It's all we need now. People just to take on the streets and say, these are not the results. Every person knows, by the people know the person they voted for. I'm listening to Busia. I went to Busia and they told me we are now hiding. They're looking, they're hunting for us. I said, but why are they are declared results that we have the forms which have the true results. Even Tororo, they are saying the same thing. So are we good enough to take on the streets? Because that's the level I wanted to step. I wanted to put it there. And so I can welcome other people to discuss it. Let's have the discussion flow. But we are in a condition where we wanted to be. I'm sure if we had won an election, maybe we would not even be thinking, would be maybe celebrating. So we have not won it. Okay, we won it and they have cheated us. Are you going to demand again, to demand like we demanded from 2021? Me, I'm not going to take that path. I'm not going to take that path, and Docas, this could be one of those last Zooms we have to hold. Because you know, you mentioned the history. That's why I was like, why do you talk about LM Prezos and you leave me? Because we started this Zoom before 2021 election. That's when we started it. I am somebody who didn't know how to use internet. I'm somebody who didn't know how to use whatever. It is you people, you and I even don't see him anymore. He's called who? This old gentleman. Lucas, can you remind me? You know, I'm old now. My head doesn't work. Senyonyi. He's called Senyonyi. The guys whom I remember you.
Yes, he's old, Mr. Senyonyi, but he's not old. He's young. Nobody's old. The only old person is Museveni.
I think he's not Senyonyi. He's called Senyanj. I forget his name.
Sorry,
Senyonjo.
Yes,
It was you said, and then certain
man.
Cameroon and Mary Kay. There's a lady,
Yeah.
there was this Molokole of ours. I don't know whether she's here. Those are the Zoom people who started the Zoom.
Yeah.
Now I have 11,000 followers, 11,000.
I know.
So I am like, what we sustained, we stayed. Now the consistency, where is it? And for me, I don't want to take the same path because I don't give him the results I want. I want to see how we get to the streets. Look at Tunisia, look at Sudan, look at Egypt, the Arab Spring. And Museveni told us, you people can't bring that here. He knows it's the only thing. Look, let's you bring. I'm sure Elon Prezo, these guys who can bring more examples. Venezuela, bring other examples. You know, it's street work. It's not even bullets. It's street work. So, Docas, let me see who can debate next.
Yes, please feel free to engage our people. I see Comrade Mugisha. Please feel free. Comrade James, you're a co-host. Do not go off. Your video is off. And then keep the conversation flowing, at least for the next 15 minutes before we hand over to LM Prezo, if he's available.
Yes, I've given Mugisha the microphone.
Okay. Hello, comrades. I greet all of you, brothers and sisters on this space. Am I loud and clear? My brother.
My brother. Yes, you are.
Okay, me, I'm going to say one or two things. First of all, I will quote the statement of the President, His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, when he stated, "We are not going into this election to be announced. We know they are not going to announce us. But we are going into this election because it is the due process. Kubanga toyinza kubanja wotasiga okusiga kwaggwa. Okusiga kwaggwa ku makungula baagala tuyisa kulitalaba." Is the struggle done? To me, it is just, we are just going to sow. This is an actual, a very crucial moment in regards to what we are all yearning for. Have we ever been at this moment? I may say, yes, maybe not tense as it is today. What should we do? I believe, as Dr. Mungade has put it, there is no any coward dictator like dictator Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. And that is why he gave the authority to his brute son. We are fighting the brute son and his father and their family. When you see what happened in Nakaseke, automatically you know. When you see the people who have come back to the parliament, because I said this before even the election, and I said, you wait when you see the parliament that may come if we don't fight for ourselves. It will surprise you when it has all members of PROU. And indeed, all members of PROU are in parliament now, according to the Byabakama Electoral Commission. We are headed for a hard time, Dr. Mungadi. This is not the time for us to back down and to stop going on two spaces, or also on things like Uganda is bleeding. The revolution is ripe, ready to be eaten. Those who have been believing that the election may be made to remove Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, I believe this has proved them wrong. Now it's time for us to work towards liberating our country. This is the time. All the due process we have gone through. This is not the time for us to start saying, zekati bino mbivuddemu, zekati wano wetutuuse, no. Omuganda agamba oyagala kukowanga abanyaga. Eno si essaawa ey'okukowanga abanyaga. Ze kye nnyinza obbagamba. Byonna ebiri mu kubeerawo twali tubisuubira. We expected all of it. Some small things might have passed, but if I ask people here on this space, how many of you have seen something new that you didn't expect or the president never talked about? Just what we talked about and what we expected, it just expanded to be more, but not less. It is us to liberate our country. Nobody. No one else but us. And with that, I call upon you guys. As I speak right now, no one knows where the president is. We don't, we are all, some people may be waiting to see this or that, but I can assure you, Ugandans will rise up. Ugandans will liberate themselves. And it is us, we are the Ugandans. We who have understood, it is incumbent to us to make sure that many others also get to see things as we see them. It should not be a long run that we are waiting for a week, for a month, or whatever. We should just continue like how Dr. James and Demi, you didn't stop in 2000 because you said you started before 2001. But you didn't stop there. A lot of people backed down, even leaders in the NUP and other opposition parties. But for you, you never backed down. This is a long journey. People who are in America, when you read the American history, you can actively know how long it took for the Martin Luther King Jr.'s to liberate the black race. The kind of injustices they passed through. generations that passed through persecution, but they remained on the course, on walking towards the promised land. I want to make you remember the speech of Martin Luther King Jr. when he said that I have been at the mountain, but I don't know if I will reach there with you, but I've seen the promised land. Indeed, we have seen the promised land. Let us stay on the course towards walking to the promised land. A young brute dictator is also coming up. Both our present and our future are at crossroads. This is not time to weep or to do what? This is time for us to regroup, rearrange, and move towards the promised land. It is not an issue of making good speeches and making good words or whatever, but it's a thing of believing in ourselves, because this dictator has took a lot or has fed more on our short-lived belief, thinking that after 1 month, your belief fades away. The resilience, I'm telling you, if we stay resilient, everything will turn out the way we want it to turn out. We should remain resilient. At any minute when a call comes to liberate your country, it's like a woman who is in labor. I'm not a doctor, but I know sometimes ebisabi nzo kuluma saa 8 n'olowooza ogenda kuzaala. N'ogamba naye baleete emmotoka tugenda kuzaala. Tobeera ogamba leero lunumya mulabika sigenda kuzaala. Omusawo yakugamba leero teruze naye ddayokko. Ne bw'oba wakadde eka ne balba naye ate buluzzemu ne lumuluma ng'era bakuzaayo. We are in labor, and we are here to push the baby called a new Uganda. Regardless of your political party, your belief, independent or whatever, where Uganda is headed, it's already an atomic bomb. I beg to submit, but I beg to tell you, let's not give up. Let us stay on the course to liberate our country as we pray, as we believe, as we do whatever we can do in our power and our energy. I know it drains power, it drains a lot, but this is our country. This is our land. It belongs to us. It doesn't belong to non-indigenous people. It doesn't belong to brutes. It doesn't belong to dictators, because dictators die, but the state remains. Thank you very much, and back to you, Dorcas and Dr. James.
I have a visitor in the room, but I want to make the visitor debate. I want the visitor, I just want him to talk to us also. I want you to listen to my visitor. And so that I think, let me see. I want to give, so microphone, I want to give you a microphone so that you talk to us. Hey. What the microphone, Mugenyi? He's called Kedi Keba. Mugenyi Wange. He's in the sitting room. I want him to debate.
Just
because,
make sure that you're in different rooms so there's no feedback. But so far, so good. I can't hear any feedback. Okay.
I'm trying to extend it and the microphone, and you'll see how, the kind of visit I have and how I want him to debate.
Okay.
Mukulu Keba, you have the microphone.
Thank you so much. Mbebaza abali ku mukutu. I'm excited to hear different voices showing that solidarity, showing that concern eri mu Uganda. And indeed, we tukwataganiza awamu ebirowoozo bye tukubaganya Trust me, we shall win. I've heard different voices. I've been talking to Papa here that elections will never be a strategy to be used as a module to have change in our country. I just get to know our country is bleeding, people are suffering. I particularly, me, I'm called Keba. I've been in Uganda. I've worked with different agencies, and I've been in projects, so I know how people are suffering, how people really need to be relieved, how the different services have been, they're in that mode whereby omulokole oba omukristaayo kyayita nti nno they need prayers, So if at all we could change the strategy, ono omusajja ajja agenda, Mwami Museveni ajja agenda, and I've worked with the government, and I've also worked closely the could I call it Museveni or the White House. So I know the little information about him being a coward, because he doesn't take a chance. He cannot, tasobola kubeera nti abantu bagenda kwegugumba biki blah blah blah. Trust me, Museveni musajja mutiitiizi nnyo. So I've been telling Papa that if at all we could change the strategy and say that leka tugende ku luguudo, we demand our freedom, we demand that kano akalu baakabbye, kano akalu twetaaga akalulu akatuufu. Trust me, change will be on our way. Wotunuulira different countries. Look at Amal Bashir. You've talked about Amal Bashir. He had the best structures. No one knew that omusajja ono asobola okugenda. No one knew that Al Bashir abantu basobola okugenda ku kkubo ne beekalakaasa. No one knew, because he had created that fear within the communities that wogenda wokola kino na kino bakuba, you being abducted, bakutta, bantu bameka Al Bashir beyatta nga bageza okugjayo omutwe ku kwekalakaasa okwogerako ng'abanyiga. It's the same thing that is happening in our country. So kakati, I really want to thank everyone here on the call. Ebiteeso bye muleeta bye tukubaganyaako, honestly speaking, tujja kuwangula. Trust me, tujja kuwangula. At whatever cost, tujja kuwangula. But what I would emphasize, singa tugamba nti tugenda ku makubo, we tugenda ku makubo ne tubeerako weeks bbiri zimalira ddala ne twekalakaasa, ebibuga byonna ne byekalakaasa. Naye nga womanyi Ugandans are very hospitable people. Ugandans are very loving people. To structure that, it requires a resilient mode, whereby tusobola okukunga abantu, ate n'abantu nabo batuuse kweyo point mu economics tukiyoba opportunity cost, batuuse kweyo point whereby ekimala. I've been telling Papa that my dad, my mzee, is old. He loved Mr. Museveni so much naye ku luno yagambye nabadde njogerezeganya naye naŋŋamba this time round ngenda kuvootinga omutabani kubanga otunuulira engeri gye twayisibwamu emulago when we had taken my dad for an operation, engeri gye baabayisaamu twakaaba. It's not until the OB gwe yasoma naye Dr. Kiria at Mountain Elgon Hospital yamugamba no, leka nkutwale mu ddwaliro ewange nkujjanjabireeyo nkukolereko operation yeyo. Okiraba? But the whole system is bad. Nze mbadde Uganda, mbadde mu projects, naye olaba ennaku eri mu Uganda, olaba ennaku eri mu even the civil servants abo n'abasirikale abali bubi. Uganda is bleeding.
It is.
One of the speakers mentioned that we should not stop. Bangi nnyo ababadde mu struggle, some have dropped out, but those that have kept the candle burning, the flame burning, yes, we really applaud, as in we really want to thank you people. So
Thank you.
Ku byange byebyo ebyange birina okukola ki? Thank you for listening. I think back to you, Dorcas. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Keddy. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Docas, I think let me wrap it up. That is my, I don't want to call him my new recruit, but at least I called him and said, come and we talk, because he stays.
Thank you for that, Dr.
We talk in terms of, he stays 2.5 hours away from me. I just said, man, come, because we were making calls, and you can see that he called his father, and he's a new recruit to this space. I just told him, I want you to speak because he might not be as eloquent, but at least he's a new recruit. We welcome him. We now have another soldier. Thank you, Dr. You can take over.
Very appreciated and very eloquent. We encourage every language as long as it is one of Uganda's, one we can actually interpret. People are free to speak whichever language. So thank you so much for the invite. That is what we should do every Saturday. Come with somebody. This struggle has only just started. It is just the beginning, guys. It's not yet over until we are free. Over to you, Dr. James. And then after a few minutes, we should have the moment of silence and roll the mic. Ronald, we acknowledge your hand. You will speak briefly. Yes, Dr. James.
Ronald, can we bring in Ronald? Let's do a moment silence, Docas, first, and then we bring in Ronald. Is that okay?
Ronald, okay, just bear with us, please. Let's have a moment of silence. Yes, normally we have a moment of silence at the top of the hour, and then we'll carry on with the meeting. Moment of silence, normally we've got, there's some description so that if you can only see and you're at work, so you can see a little bit, a story of each and every comrade that has been killed, you know. So yes, he was one of His Excellence security bodyguard that was murdered. They literally ran over him. And he's not the only one. They continue to do such things. There's so many atrocities. That is why we are speaking today, ladies and gentlemen. Those that live in the diaspora, speak to your members of parliament. Speak to your local councillors. Speak to anybody you can speak to about the situation in Uganda, you know. Let us do something. Even though you're in the diaspora, It's not so remote for you to cause change. At the moment, we've got Comrade Modi as trying to spotlight his screen for all of us.
The elections in Uganda have been rigged. There is no internet for the last 5 days. There is no electricity in Uganda. There is no running water in Uganda, which shows you that the election in Uganda has been a sham election under this 41-year brutal junta in power. Ukraine, we can see the brothers and sisters of ours from Iran. They are fighting for democracy because there is a brutal dictator, the Ayatollah Khomeini. It is the same in Uganda. Ugandans are fighting another battle to remove a brutal dictator, Museveni of Uganda. The brutal dictator, Museveni of Uganda, came to power in 1982. He has been in power for more than 31 years. A dictator who is lethal, a dictator who has murdered, raped, tortured, kidnapped Ugandans. We are here calling on the UK government to stop the £1 billion they sent to Uganda with no accountability. They are sending £1 billion to Uganda to enrich the richest person in Uganda. They are sending £1 billion to Uganda to enable and facilitate the long stay of the brutal dictator, Museveni of Uganda. We as Ugandans, we are suffering like our brothers and sisters in Iran. We are the same like the people of Ukraine, being murdered by the brutal dictator, Putin of Russia. Putin is a dictator when it comes to the UK, but Museveni is not a dictator. They are standard. They took Maduro Venezuela.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue with that. Let me just pause this for a moment. I hope you can hear me. So what it is that I'm showing you is a demonstration in the UK, and I do encourage those that are able to demonstrate, please do so. I will actually spotlight the video for you guys, and then I'll unmute. Yeah, so we just witnessed what we just witnessed in Uganda. That was not an election. It was a military operation, you know, against the will of the people. Yeah. And we're not just documenting a crisis. Yeah. We are witnessing, you know. Oh God. A war on the Ugandan citizens. It is sad, ladies and gentlemen, because we've seen all sorts. He's brought, I think the only thing now he's not brought is the fighter jets. He's brought the army trucks. He's brought Museveni. When I say he, meaning the ruthless dictator, in my books, he's not called a president. That word does not fit. So he's unleashed all sorts of terror.
Brothers from Iran, that democracy is overdue in Iran, and the same to Uganda. We are facing the same catastrophe in Uganda under the same brutal dictators. They read from the same textbook. A dictator in Iran, he was the dictator in Uganda. But
yes,
I'm not really the brutal dictator in Uganda, not a dictator. I'm in power for 41 years. They are told to me in Iran. They murdered millions and millions of innocent people. The same goes to Uganda. They are not talking about Uganda right now because they're exploiting the mineral resources of Uganda. Uganda sits on the largest deposit of gold in the world. That is why the UK is silent. And in 2 days' time, you are going to hear the Prime Minister calling Museveni, telling the world that the elections in Uganda were free and fair. Shame on you. Shame on
Yes, shame on you, the UK, shame on you, the so-called international observers. We've seen the US government actually come out and they've put a tweet out telling they were warning their citizens to be vigilant and stay away from the chaos in Uganda, on ground in Uganda. And we're saying they are hypocrites. What are Ugandans? Are Ugandans not human beings? How do they see all this brutality being unleashed upon the Ugandans and say nothing apart from warn their citizens, you know? And then they just think Uganda is there for their resources, for their materials, raw materials, and our lives do not matter. Every life matters, whether somebody is in the office, in the garden, whatever your political class, your religion, your whatever party you're affiliated with, every life matters. And even if you're a foreigner and you're on Ugandan soil, your life matters, you know? So everybody's life is at stake, and the US government comes out to only warn its citizens. Wow. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are speaking, and the reason why we are speaking is we want to continue to tell you that we shouldn't be silent, because our silence is the oppressor's greatest weapon, okay? And our voice is the nation's only hope. So let us speak. The UK is speaking today, and I call on each and everyone out there in the diaspora, speak out. Do not just be silent. Do not watch Ugandans being oppressed. I'm very sure many of them were so oppressed they couldn't come out on the streets, much as there was an order, guys, go vote, guard the vote, meaning stay. If you can manage to stay overnight, do it in shifts. Let us keep a presence. People were so scared. There was bombs, bullets, everything, you know, abductions. So it is terrible, and it is our duty, ladies and gentlemen, to keep this fire burning. We have to reclaim our nation. I've spoken for long. Ronald, please do come in. Comrade Emprezo, hopefully you take the mic, then we can unmute our Comrade Modi and we check what is going on in ground. Yes, Comrade Ronald, please take the mic. Then James will have seconds, then Comrade Emprezo. Yes, Ronald.
I salute you, comrades. Thanks for keeping the fire burning, regardless. I just want to tell the comrades here and actually those ones outside there, we are in a war. We are in a war. People shouldn't actually think that losing some battles, it means that the war has ended. We started this war and we have to finish it. The war is bigger than what we think. What we are seeing are just small battles that we are engaging into. But the war is still going on. And actually, we are winning it. Why? We started with an idea. And that idea is the reason why we are fighting. We are not going to beg or request our opponents for our freedom. Never. We are going to demand it, and we are going to take it. If it means death, we shall die, requesting or demanding for what belongs to us. So myself, I know what I went into. I'm into this, and I know it is a war, and actually we know that it may take long. We don't have any time limit. We don't know whether it stops in 2026 or it will continue to 50 years ahead, but still we shall continue fighting until we win it. We win what we started. Anyone who is about to give up, please. I actually understand. And I know during the war, so many people give up. That doesn't mean that they all surrender. Some of us, we shall continue and we shall push. Even if our children will come and continue from us, they will continue. People fight every day, fighting for freedom, and they will never stop fighting for freedom. Everywhere, people continue fighting. So, my brothers and sisters, today what we have seen, we went into this election knowing it's just one of the activities. Those are the activities that we must engage into to awaken the masses. There is no political space left in Uganda for those who are actually against the dictatorship, apart from the electoral process, which actually they want even to remove. I don't think that it will happen again after this one. I don't think it will ever happen again. No one will ever go out again to vote for someone they want into power. This could be the last one. So the civic space, the political space has been shrinking slowly by slowly until it has reached its climax, and this is the climax. So this was the only way or space left for us to engage with the masses down there who actually still being captured mentally, to remind them of their power, to tell them how strong they are if they unite and actually take away their fear. This was the only way. We didn't go into this election knowing that, yes, they are going to announce us. The election is a process. Everyone saw the whole process, including Byabakama being the loudspeaker of the army, telling how people will be arrested if they don't leave the polling stations. So we all knew what was going to happen. There's case studies who are actually proven right during the Kawempe election, how they stole votes. They were about to forcefully declare Nambi during that by-election. It's what actually has been done this time around, being that it was one constituency and everyone was on that constituency. This time around, every MP of National Unity Platform was forcefully removed or not declared, especially in the central region. Everyone who contested on NUP ticket had won.
Yeah. Brother, please summarize so that other people can have the mic. Yes.
Okay. As I summarize, I just want to remind you that we are in a war. We are not actually, this is not politics as usual. We must fight. We must actually, some of us lose our lives for Uganda to be free. If need be, we shall do it. No one is going to give us our freedom because they don't want also to lose power. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Sister Demi, I see you. I don't know if you're ready to throw in a word before.
Actually, Douglas, I was going to talk about Demi. Why do you look so sad? You're better than that. I mean, I was like,
engage her.
She's like she's at the funeral.
Please.
Demi, Demi, no, Demi.
Just robbed us.
No, but Demi can't be the last. Demi can't be sad. I looked at Demi, I was like, hey, Demi. or in UK, or Nyamata, what have you. You don't have to look like that. Give us hope. Then we pick the microphone. But then surely that face, I'm like, then do you know that people are looking at you? The whole world. Don't show that. Don't be more. Don't go to Guamamani because, like I told you, this election has just empowered us. What you have been looking for, Kabanje is the next mode we are in. So where the Kabanje and Docas, and I don't want us to focus on people in Europe, on the US. What we are doing in Europe is already happening. You can see there's going to be. We are going to show you that we can go out, and we want also you people to make Uganda safe.
James, a moment. I want us to prove something. Some people are saying that internet is back on Android phones in Uganda.
Somebody will prove to us. Somebody will say.
Because Honorable Zake sent me that message, but I haven't proved because I can't say anything that I haven't proved. So if you have any contact to call any person in Uganda and he has an Android phone.
Online we have Comrade Superdon. Superdon, are you on ground? Can you confirm? Because Superdon is on now, I do believe the internet should be back. I don't know.
Yeah, I was summarizing, like, let not the demonstrations be in Europe, let not the demonstrations be in UK. People on the ground, you must sacrifice. That demonstration must produce results at home. As we do it in Europe, as we speak, you people at home, you must not relent. Mulimo kufa, and like the Bob Wine one time in his own song, about to Sada say, if you don't stand together, about Sada 7 no. And there's a lot of storm on the internet laughing at us, and that's, I don't want us to break down in that laughter. People are celebrating a win, and there are very many that are dominating the internet. So Demi, take the microphone, be happy, you are a fighter. That is a better face, thank you.
Yes, Sister Demi, good to see you. How are you today?
Yeah. What can I say? Well, is that okay? Okay, let's see. Let us look on the positive. We build on the positive. But our biggest job is to find the answers. Let us all be like researchers. That you find the answer to the problem where you had problem. We are never going to stop. Personally, I'm not going to stop because I don't agree with Museveni at all. But I want to mention about 3 points. The first one, I've mentioned it. We have to study and watch the sequence of all these like by-elections, the votes they've been giving us. And that has been a revolution that Museveni was given 70 and Bobby was given like a 24. So they've been making the margins too big. And that one, they are doing that on purpose. We need to study into that. Another point I want to make is like, when Bobby did interview with the CNN, they asked 4 questions. The first 3 questions, they are very important. What you gonna do with the Museveni is still the same. What is it? We need to ask ourselves that. We like it or not. Second question was so interesting. What have you learned? These are the things I normally put across. But for me, I think there is a lot we can do. There is quite a lot we can do and we can make it. It's about the strategy, it's about the tactics you use, and finally, my point. Are you going to allow somebody like Demi be part of you? Are you going to take my views? Are we going to join it to meet together? And you say, oh, Demi is a moderate, I'm a radical. We are like, because we've taken the shortcut, it hasn't worked. We are in now the second one. it has worked, but now it's our time to look on what has not worked. What do you bring on the table? Why? Where did we lose it? You know, all these masses of people coming up. So what do we take from this? I think it's utterly wrong to say that people, they have left. They haven't left. But if you give them the same food, there are people like that, you give them the same food, they get fed up. They want you to give them, yesterday give them kawalagala, today give them maybe chapati. We need to look into all this. Not everybody can do it. Finally, as I wind up, this has been a grandstand attempted to go in a general election. So, can we try with a small, achievable goals? You see, that is how you're gonna know the people, how they're gonna come on the street, how people they're gonna demonstrate, they're gonna come out, because this is big. So if we start small, like people in diaspora, they do demonstration, but in Uganda, we need all these to start going. Small. Isaac Semakade, even if he's not coming on NUP, openly, whatever, he's being looked out. We need to get into this. So if I give you one where we can start, it's about the prisoners. It's about the missing people. What about if people, they boycott and say, we are not going to swear in if you don't release Waisom Fumbiro? If you don't release those people in Kitali, we let us not be tempted that we are going to lose the position. Revolution is never about position. We are getting tempted by these small cherries that they are making me sad. We cannot afford to keep on doing the same, but we can afford to do things which are different. You are going to tell me, oh, Demi, I see this, but for me, I believe there is an answer to this. We cannot sit and just watch Museveni. We cannot sit and just see they are electing, they are denominating, they are giving themselves votes. We must accept all these small ideas, electoral reforms, that at least we pursue that. We don't go the whole, but at least a group to take that route. We must take all available means that is going to help us. But as I finish, I don't think Quadi 8, the last one, Kabanje, is gone. That one is in total gear. Still people, they can still Kabanje. They can still demand the vote. They can still demand free and fair election. They can still demand Museveni to go. They can still demand, I wish we had David Malago of Kenya, who nullified the election and said, go back. But we are going to find it very, very difficult, as has been announced by politics. International, they are not going to come in our ways as we want it, because they take it that Uganda is now a sovereign country. It's unfortunate, but that is the way it is. You wait, within weeks, they're going to be giving us Uganda donation, loans, their grants, whatever. So, but we are still positive. There is always a way to come back. It's not the last. Even tomorrow, people that we are organized, they can still do it. For me, I'm not giving up. I can see something there that Museveni is not going to last. He is not going to last the distance, and he is tired. Museveni is tired. I'm telling you, Ugandans, and I mean it. I'm not saying it is. He's tired. He's there waiting for taking. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And I'm sorry for the body language, but I can't help it. I'm telling you, I can't help it.
No.
Yeah.
Because you should give hope. Give hope.
Yeah. Yes,
We
Madam
can do
Dr.
it.
Let me just do one second.
Just a second to confirm if the network is back or not. It's not yet back. They just here in Busia close to, of course, Saganyok disclosing Achifo because they are after us most of the time. So that's why we are shifting. I stay in Iganga, so.
Yeah, that's what people are telling me. Every person is changing location. We can't be in a country where we are running away like that.
My dear,
It is
our
easy
brothers
to,
have to be safe.
it
Yeah.
is easy to say when you are abroad because I stay in Sweden, but now I'm on the ground. It's easy to say when you are abroad, but we are on the ground and we are trying our level best to see if there is the next step we can take. So instead of us telling us not to change locations, it's better we chart a way forward, and it's only us on the ground that can try to demand much better. I know, of course, even those abroad
Let me put my
can
point
do
correctly
something,
because
but
I don't want you to say that I have said it because it's easy. I don't know. I know. I have been at the front line before. I liberated Busia before until they lost it themselves. What I'm trying to say, the impression I'm saying, why should we live that kind of life? I am not saying what you are doing is wrong, but
okay,
why
I
should we
understand
live
you.
that kind of life?
I understand it,
Yes.
but of course we shall live this kind of life until we liberate ourselves. And actually, the only thing I can say for us who are at least on the ground, let's try to regroup ourselves. Tugezeeko okubeerako kye tukola, otherwise Museveni emyaka gy'agenda otufuga gino etaano, not leaders but otufuga to rule, tekigenda kubeera kyangu. Madam Mudokasa, I just wanted to confirm the network atenakomawo, so I can leave the microphone to another person to
Thank you.
continue.
Thank you so much. Turn off your location, Gulaka Pesa phone, and yes, tactic. We'll discuss. Yes, Sister Demi, carry on. Hopefully LM Prezo is stepping in after that. Yes, thank you.
No, I haven't got much, but only I would thank people that who are on this platform, that we have persisted, we have carried on, and we continue to do that. So it's just like I understand everybody, and we've done quite a bit of job, but that 1% might be the hardest. That's it, Doka.
I think, Ellen Prezo.
Can I come in, James?
Yes, sir.
Great. Demi, you have every reason to look the way you want to look because there's no reason as why we should smile or be happy. And everyone should be in that position because we cannot celebrate. Actually, we should be in agony, but not giving up because much as we see what is happening on the ground, but everything is not lost. My advice for those who think that, who actually talking ill about elections should stop it. Unless they are non-strategic in their thinking. When we talk about an election in an environment like Uganda, don't look at an election by a mere casting of a vote. An election is a vote, it's a process. So when the campaigns were going on, there's a lot of agendas that we wanted to achieve as the forces of change. And you must also understand the terrain that you're operating in. What kind of environment? Did we lose? Did we achieve? In the campaigns? Yes. What did we achieve? I believe, according to the images that we are following, it added another step to awaken the Ugandans. Now, there was a moment where Ugandans had to practice what they have been hearing by going to cast their vote, protect their vote, and demand for their victory. Those are the stages. In the past, we had Kizza Besigye, whom we gave 20 years. Besigye was operating within the same Ugandans who had the high hopes that it's only politicians, those that are contesting for those positions, that were to liberate them. And it seems from the voices of the grains of few Ugandans that I'm hearing, they want to trade in the same kind of narrative. The duty and the responsibility to liberate our country, Uganda, lies to every person's hand. Every Ugandan. The moment your mind mislead you to think that it's only those politicians that are going to lead the way, then you get everything wrong. So we've completed the voting. Whatever the security agencies and all those hooligans that did whatever they did was systematic and was all planned. It's not a big,
Comrade,
because Ugandans.
my brother, I just sort of wanted us to pick the ground a little. I don't know whether Comrade Modi, because I see
Yes, go
somebody.
ahead. The ground in Uganda or in UK?
The Constitution of the United States. It's the
Okay. The sound is not good. Apologies. Yes, Comrade LM, go on. I just
Yeah, but
wanted us to pick the
Dorcas, you can first
demonstration.
leave that UK thing. Let's must make my point, and then you
Yes,
can
please.
bring that. Unless we have someone like the gentleman in Busia who is on the
Yeah.
ground,
No, it's
then
because
I can
these
see the way.
people, it's because their demonstration is live, and I wanted us to pick just 2 minutes of the speech, but it's okay. The sound is not good. Carry on. Sorry for the disturbance.
It's okay. So we have to move on the next stage. We don't have to worry about Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu. At least he has, from the message that he has released, is telling us that he is safe. We have to worry about other Ugandans who are either bedridden. We need to feel sorry for those families that have lost loved ones in the hands of those that are supposed to protect them. That's the reason as why, if you come from Nakapiripiti, you have a duty to engage with the people in Nakapiripiti, to do what you think must be done. It's not about talking. The talking is over. We can talk, but after talking, we need to take actions. Those guys that have been illegally declared by the EC chairperson, Yabakam, those are representatives that were not duly elected from those constituencies. The people from those constituencies can isolate them or do anything to protest. Once those politicians lose the ground and the people from those constituencies show them that we never voted for you, they will lose. They will not even come back to those constituencies. We've had this in 2021. After the elections, people just went on and business went on as normal. It's not Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu, all those people in parliament that are going to do that for you. Because the conditions don't hit those in parliament first. The members of parliament don't drink the same, they don't share water with animals. They will be able to drink clean water because they are paid well. Their children may not really go to those schools. You see, we must have a reason as why we need to own up the struggle. We cannot reduce it to politicians. The politicians can lead the way, but they don't own the struggle. The conditions, the unemployment, the insecurities, both food insecurity and other insecurities. It's you and I that when you go to the hospital, you're not going to get that. That's why we must mobilize the people from wherever we come from. The plan is, whatever has been done, the regime wants to own the entire parliament. That's why the members of the wherever NUP candidates were, Biabakama and other returning officers, through the SFC or the military, decided who is declared and who is not declared. We all saw what happened at the Tare Center in Kampala, in Kololo. Some people, Ugandans, can celebrate because when you look at all the political parties that have been in this campaign, they were all pointing guns at NUP, and they are celebrating because of what is happening to NUP. It's not like NUP has a high stake in a country, Uganda. Those individuals that are putting their lives on the line have the same blood like all of us. But they want to have a free Uganda, a Uganda that's going to serve all of us. We can choose to own up and carry this cross. It's only Ugandans that are going to liberate themselves. We. So we must change our mindset first. This is not the time to blame anyone, but we can blame ourselves to having failed to do what we're supposed to do. I know many people would think that we don't need to go to the courts of law. We know the courts of law may be under the control of our oppressors, but we must go on record. Whether the courts of law will look at the evidence presented and cancel an election or not, that will remain on the record. So we need it. But we must ensure that we collected the DRA forms. We have that evidence. If we are to challenge the announced results, then we must have genuine DRA forms to present. We have to be systematic. If you are to fight this Bahima century dynasty, we must work together as Ugandans. I'm not worried about, Demi, I heard you talking about Museveni. Museveni is of yesterday. But what we are dealing with is bigger than just an individual called Museveni. We are dealing with Musevenism. These guys want to rule our country for more than 100 years. So after Museveni, we're going to have the son and the grandson. If we don't own up and don't leave national issues, as I conclude, to just individuals, what we must do, Demi, I don't want you to have, Demi or any other person, I don't want us to have mixed mind. You can never be what you don't believe in. So even if you think what others are doing will not give us that result, then you must do something. The same way the Abraham Lincoln and others never believed that what Martin Luther King chose was the right method. They did not sit back or keep talking. They did whatever they were doing. Okay. But at the end of the day, it's Martin Luther King Jr.'s method that succeeded. So if you don't believe in what others are doing, mobilize others to do what you believe in, and then if we succeed, we all win together.
Going on right now.
I submit.
Are you aware of that? You thought it was 1994 in Rwanda.
Okay.
Right now, this is the message to international community.
Just a minute for the message. 2 minutes.
Scales, there's one happening right now in Uganda. Message y'abana Uganda bannange abantu abadisokufa muzuukuke mubeeko tetukola. There's genocide going on in Uganda right now. Ladies and gentlemen, stop fooling yourself. Stop acting as if you don't care. You don't know what's happening. Abana bafa. People are dying. People in the northern part of Uganda. In fact, there are no reports about the fake election. And I keep saying this, by the way, there were no election. That was a mockery of an exercise. You cannot call it an election. It was a mockery of a sort of an exercise I can't describe. Our people are dying in the northern part of Uganda. Already in the central part, they are dying in the night. There is a genocide going on. Take it or leave it. Wake up, Uganda. People power. Our power. People power. Now we're going to carry out an exercise.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we just sort of wanted to touch a bit of what is happening on the demonstration. Thank you so much, my brother Ellen Prezo. Stay on, because we're going to hear from the ladies, and then you take the mic, then we get James's closing remarks, and then we actually close. Yes, Sister Prosy or Sister Mary, Sister Demi will take a closing remark after everybody has spoken. We haven't heard from you. Then there's Maria's iPhone. Please, Miriam. Apologies, not Miria. Yes, and Miriam, if you're available, please grab the mic, ladies, before Comrade Ellen Prezo comes back. He was interrupted. We sort of allowed it because we needed to touch on ground. Yes, Sister Prosy, you're very quiet. Sister Mary, where are you? Sister Mary, I saw your mic unmute. Did we mute you? How are you, my sister? Oh my God, I cried. I called you and I was really broken. I thank you. You know, we are each other's keeper. Let us look out for each other because we are bound to go low or break down. Yeah, so let's look out for each other. Hi, sister. How are you?
I'm good, sis. How are you? We thank God. Yeah, so again, what you were going through, I know that we are all experiencing it in different ways. But again, as you can see from our conversation, I want to just encourage anyone who really believes in prayer. Because for me, that in my personal life and in this situation, that's what holds me together. That and I want to again reiterate that even like a couple months ago, God just put it on my heart that, our president is telling us, build your galley. And then the thought came to me, okay, we need to build a galley of prayer. We know Dr. Lina Zedriga also, when last time she was here, stressed that prayer. And I mean, I was so upset to hear that, she's now, incarcerated, well, abducted, not even incarcerated. She was abducted. But why wasn't I shaken when I heard that? Because I know she's a woman of prayer. So I'm really encouraging us. We have a long way to go. This is the only chance we have. This is the only chance we have to get this right. Because if we don't do everything, bring everything, all the artillery that we can in a peaceful way, because I mean, we don't have the guns, we don't have the tanks. Our president doesn't have the guns or the tanks. But prayer changes things. I'm telling you, and even for those of us who talk about Venezuela, I remember we used to go to New York and we used to be at UN, and these people were there telling us horror stories. They were sharing horror stories, just like we were about Uganda. But I do know that they are praying people. So yes, they got help. Yes, they did their part. And yes, it took a long time. It was a marathon for them, like it is for us. But I do know that I really believe prayer had a lot to do with it. So I want to encourage us, whatever we're doing, however we're fighting, the protests. Again, I'm so glad that we are joining our people, even on the ground. They're doing the thing. Right.
Sis, just a minute. I want us to pick the mic. I think I see a sister on ground speaking. Comrade Modi, oh God, I don't know if he's able to hear us though. Comrade Modi, if you could please unmute. No. Okay.
Our brothers and sisters.
Okay. The sister is gone. It was Sister Patricia that was speaking. Okay, sorry, Sister Mary.
Yeah, so I mean that was timely. Again, you see what our people are on the ground, because even in America we've been afraid to go out, or because of ICE, because of this. But just like our people on the ground were once afraid to go on the ground to protest, because hey, they're scared for their lives. Here, it's come to a point in America you're scared ICE might pick you up. But we can't live by fear. Our president has gone out there, faced tanks and guns surrounding him. He's decided, I have to do what I gotta do, because if I live by fear, guess what? That's why we were silent for 40 years, and Uganda is going. Whatever is left of it, we don't have a choice. Uganda is going. Our people are being killed. I saw this one report, 7 people. I'm like, lies. It's more than 7 people. Maybe 7 people in the morning in one area of Uganda, but our people are being killed. So whatever we got to do, please, we all have to come out of that fear, and it's fear that overcomes faith. That's what Mama Zedriga was sharing. It's the faith overcomes fear, or we can allow fear to overcome our faith, and we hold our hands and say, you know what? Oh, I'm done. I can't. It's my life. They could deport me, but it's Uganda's going either way. As long as Museveni and Muhoozi are in Uganda, no matter how quiet people are, how many people were quiet and they lost their land? They decided they were quiet, but the land was sold to somebody, or supposedly sold to somebody, and these poor people now have nowhere to stay. How many people are dying on those roads because instead of putting money on the roads, they're feeding their fat stomachs? Well, those people may be quiet. they decided, no, I'm not getting involved in politics, but they're dying. How many people are dying in Mulago Hospital? Because the hospital, or any hospital in Uganda, because guess what? The money that should be going there is going to feed the stomachs of the dynasty and his family, the family dynasty, and all those who, work with them. So I just pray. I'll keep praying because I know God does miracles, but we have to do our part and keep doing it. If we get weary, call somebody. And I thank you, Sister Dorcas, for doing that, because it's hard to stay in this battle in your mind by yourself. So that's the last thing I want to say. If we feel weary, call somebody, pray with them, and if you don't believe in that, then encourage each other. Find a reason to keep going, because we don't have a choice. And that's what our president said in one of his interviews. There are times he feels like, okay, maybe I should stop this. But then he looks ahead and is like, but if I stop, what happens? And then he picks up. He puts the one foot in front of the other and keeps going. So thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, everybody. Let's do everything we can. We have to get our country back for God and my country.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, sorry, Ellen Prezer, you're meant to pick. and then after you roll the mic to Demi. Yes, Ellen Prezer, please pick.
I don't know who is coming on next.
No, I just want you to speak because you are somehow interrupted. Just speak briefly, then roll the mic for closing remarks to Demi and James, because our time is up. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I can bring on Demi. Demi can take up mic. Or any other person who is interested. I can only see James raising his hand, but James is already a co-host, I think. Demi, please feel free to take up the mic and speak.
Hi, Ellen, I don't think you understood me very well. I don't know how you understand me, but that is the way it is. I think it's better we concentrate on what helps us. I set us a task that let us start with the small goals which are achievable, like civic education, civil disobedience. We demand people who are missing. We demand the prisoners, and let those elected boycotts to be shown in. So if we want to go that route, yes, we will go. If we don't want to go, we are in together. That's it. I'm sorry I can't make you any happy. I've been on this program when everybody knows my opinion, and I haven't been here like making bad noise because it hasn't been my way. No, I understand. I am moderate. I've studied research. I know what it is, politics. I've studied lots of things that I use, and being among this group, it builds me for what I am, and I take it very greatly. So you have a nice weekend. All of you, not one. Everybody, we have a nice weekend. And we catch up next Saturday.
Demi, let me make this very clear. Actually, I find it so easy to make a reference. Maybe your name is too close to my mind. I'm not saying that what you said is wrong, okay?
Yeah.
But I was speaking to everyone else,
Okay.
much as I was using you as a person.
Okay. Point
because
taken.
what I was sharing is that I hate it when someone says something is not going to work, but they're not providing an alternative. And it's not just providing an alternative, but if people think that an election cannot remove a dictator from power, but they don't fully understand that when you go and cast your vote, an election can act as a springboard, because then you'll be having a reason as why you go and do the next thing. And remember that we have had the last 5 years. If you wanted to do all that to stop the election, to boycott and do all that, people are saying that should lead the way and mobilize Ugandans to do that, because if you don't do that, an election is going to happen. You understand? That is not rocket science. It's going to happen. We still have time to do whatever to capture those ideas and do what people think can remove a dictator. Because what we are interested in, how do we stop the Bahima century dynasty that took over our country in 1986 when they came to power to date? What they're creating is bigger than what many of us can see. That's why you'd find the military man engaging in political campaign, yet under the law, they're not supposed to do that. And they're not punished. They go scot-free. So we must open our eyes to see something bigger than just Museveni. Museveni is an individual and is weak, but the system is strong. So Demi, I don't want you to feel like you're being attacked. I'm not attacking you or any other person, but I attack the mind and the message. All right?
Yeah, fair enough.
Dr. Mugenyi, are you there? Did you
Yes,
go fishing?
no, I don't go fishing. I told you I have a visitor. I have a visitor in my
How
house.
close are you with the people in Busia?
Let me first tell you this, because I am one person who is having the last laugh, because people don't believe in teaching. I've just separated from my visa to talk to you people. Now, the teaching was Kanonye, Kalonde, Kakume, Kabanje. What stage are we at? We are at Kabanje. And I
Kabanja.
want, what stage are we
Kabanja.
at? Yes.
We are at Kabanja stage.
Yes.
Demanding for that victory.
I want to see that practically. I joined that because I have told people that for me, I know what it takes for liberation. I know what it takes to fight. I know, and that's why I'm like, I don't want the faces I'm seeing show you. Oh, you don't know the silver plate, the silver lining in what has happened. The silver lining in what has happened brings more energy. It doesn't bring less energy. Did we have the strategists with whom we need? And of course, Demi has said it. Right now, the other day I was saying the Segonars have been liberated. They should believe that. They have been liberated. Now, our liberators, where are they? If people go to swear like Demi has said, then we know these people are not fighting. Because we needed more Bobby Wines created. It's not going to be a fight in parliament, because I have heard, when you read from pundits, they say it's good to have at least the likes of Nobert Mao, and because the quality of Nup brings for us in parliament. I'm like, no, we are not yet there at parliament. This was not supposed to be the quality you bring to parliament. The thing right now, Bobby Wine wanted the quality you bring in the fight. So what quality has he gotten in this fight? It's a very important question. What quality has he brought in this fight? This fight has already gone beyond him. And then, you see the people who are saying, you see, this Nupist, they need to take hard lessons. There's no lesson yet. The internet is now off for everyone. We're all suffering together. To end this, when I say, of course, I'm one of those who said it's not an election, but still, I am somebody who subscribed to the election because I knew it was a mobilization tool. And now, what next? And we don't want a person whom they are focusing on, because if we're all focusing on Bobi Wine, then we have lost the strategy. Bobi Wine just set the pace. He has now gotten people. How many have, by the way, by numbers, have you totaled up how many who have won? How many won? It's not, I don't call it a winning. Do we know how many he has gotten this time to the so-called parliament in quotes? How many? We now
Dr.
need,
Mungedi,
yes,
if I may interject,
please.
why you see that the NUP candidates, wherever they were targeted by the regime, because in their plan, even if they allow some NUP candidates to go through, in the last parliament, NUP was in the opposition. Now this
Yes.
time around, they don't even want NUP to be in the opposition. That's why they're playing with the numbers. We have not yet gathered that information, how many MPs the National Unity Platform has, attained this time around. However, that will come, the number will come through. But we must look at the people that stole the victory of the Ugandans. And whatever that was being done is to ensure that even NUP is not allowed to take up that opposition position in parliament.
Yes.
But like you said, this struggle and the revolution is far beyond just those numbers in parliament, much as we also need that front in parliament. Because our constitution, however mutilated it is, it does not say that a parliament cannot sit with the absence of the opposition. Even if they choose not to be there, parliament will go ahead. As long as they have the quorum, they have a right to be there. But if they choose not to be there, parliament will continue. And we want to fight at all fronts, including parliament. Go ahead, Dr. Mungadi.
Yeah, because one of the problems with that one is legitimacy. We are legitimizing something we are not comfortable, but still okay. But what I wanted to tell you now, what I'm still saying, Bobi Wine is incarcerated. We don't know where Bobi Wine is. That is not the issue. The issue is we are searching for Bobi Wine. We want him. We have people, in fact, now that Museveni has even won an election, why should we have people in prison? That's the next front. The next front is, why do we have people in prison? We have already won an election. Release our people. And it must happen. Let's have, because if you are saying, they will say the election is over, but you have people in prisons. We must have a backbone. We must have something to step on. All political prisoners must be released now that Museveni has won. It could be a hashtag now that we need. That must take us on this. If it doesn't comply, we must fight. For me, the first, it's just the fighting approach just changes here and there. We use the ballot who have failed. Now, what next? Our people in prisons. Is Museveni going to release our people? Is he comfortable releasing our people? He doesn't have to be comfortable. We must make sure he releases them. So the strategies must continue. We must use everything at our disposal. After, if he has released the people, are we comfortable with the people who have been released? Then we go to the next. The poverty indicators, we are poor. You chose government, you chose to be in government. This time we want a government that is going to give every Ugandan water. We want every Ugandan that is a government that is going to, because let's use our own manifesto. We said we are going to provide food in the schools. Do we still have a tool to fight? We want food in the schools. For me, I want this. I want to see a concept we call it active citizenry. I think Helen Prezo, like I said, because I have a visitor whom I must entertain, though he has been debating it with us in the debate. But the issue, the first says, Helen Prezo, yes, we have rights for being sad. No, because if we are sad, anyway, yeah. I come from the medical background, and even in Uganda, let me put this one in Uganda. If I'm wrong, you'll tell me. That means you have lost a wife, you have lost a husband. It ends at death. go up and marry. Thank you.
Thank you.
James, is your wife a Muganda? What? Who is teaching you the language?
I grew up, but I told you, I speak better Luganda than my own wife. I even write better Luganda than her. Yes, she's a Muganda, but I speak better Luganda and I write better Luganda because it was our language of tutoring when we were growing up.
Guys, we need to close. Seguya, closing remarks. Ellen Prezo, you these questions.
Thank you, Madam D.
Seguya, then Ellen Prezo, 1 second, 1 minute, then we close. Yes, Seguya. We are closing.
Thank you.
Briefly, please.
I don't have much to say, but I just wanted to come in when Ellen Prezo was submitting about the number of MPs. We are not in to see what are the numbers for MPs because they have already rigged everything. And Museveni wanted this to be like that because he knew that once we say that we are not going to be in the parliament, we will use people like the FDC and the DP, which are already on his side, to legitimize his support that is sitting in they are members of the opposition in parliament. So all in all, we should just be we should just keep ourselves on the message of the president, which says that whenever you stop people from accessing democracy, resistance is inevitable. So let's resist. Let's all do whatever we can to keep the resistance going on. I'm sure the reason why we cannot see much of the progress now, it is because of a lack of internet on the ground. But once we have the internet bank on the ground, I think we shall see some results. And if we don't see it, we will just have to leave it and keep resistance in our ways as we have been doing it in the last 5 years. But in the president's message, we are allowed to do anything, anything at our disposal to bring down this dictatorship. Because in whatever he does, there are killings, there are everything, I think. There's nothing you can put out of what the dictator does. He does everything in a very bad way. Bannange olulimi oluzungu si lwangu gye ndi naye ensonga yange eri nti message ya president nze nagivunudde bulungi tusobola okukozesa miinizi zonna endala nga n'ey'okulwana olutalo olw'ekiyeekera nga mweri teyagitugyeko ye tagenda gikola naye ffe tusobola ogikola.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I know we have Demi here, but this is a clip that she prepared for us. I think this was it good during COVID time, I think, or 2020, after the previous elections were stolen. I'll just play it, then we close. Okay? Thank you.
Are you ready, Ugandans? Are you ready? Self-stick, water bottle, face mask, our flag, power bank, and then we have got the raincoat. Are you ready, Ugandans? Leave your comfort zone, turn off the heating, come out in the cold, let it rain, let it shine, let it be hot. We should stand civil disobedience against the people who misrule our country, who don't represent the rule of law, who don't respect human rights. So please, Ugandans, come in numbers. Whether you can be there 1 minute.
Yes. I just sort of wanted to play that because it really relates. Ugandans on ground, okay? Are you ready? We were told to vote. Let us go vote. First of all, we're told to mobilize so hugely that people go overwhelmed and vote out this ruthless dictator. And after voting, we're told, do not just vote and go. Guard that vote. And after guarding that vote, ensure that it is counted. Sit within 20 meters distance or stand or walk. Just keep calm and wait. But Ugandans decided to go home. We decided to sleep. We decided to be gripped by fear, and we went off to hide and sleep. But can we regain that strength? Can we come back? Because we now need to enter into the phase of demanding, of reclaiming our nation. And it is we, the people, that have got to reclaim our nation. So, Sister Demi's, let us get that power bank. Let us get those phones, even though there is no internet. Take the videos. Then when you get a chance, upload them, upload them. But just take videos, take pictures. Taking a picture does not need the internet. Okay, let us be proactive people. Let us do something. Be ready. Are you going to reclaim? Are you going to fight for your nation? It is not yet been taken, but once Museveni sits in that chair, I think we should just forget. Okay, so Sister Demi, I know you might be thinking, Dorcas, you didn't get permission. I already had it. Okay, you can have seconds and then we close. Ellen Prezo will have seconds and we actually have to close now. Yes, Sister Demi, in seconds.
Yeah. We said let us start. Quad A, Kabanje. We can start with all these Kubanja Vasibe. You see, Kubanja, those missing, we escalate. We escalate missing. We escalate. We will get there. For me, I'm very hopeful. It's just the way we want to get there. Are we prolonging or are we whatever going?
Yeah.
That's it. Good luck. But we shall get there. Museveni is gone.
That's
Time.
right. That's right. Sister Mary, seconds before Ellen. Yes, Sister Mary.
Yeah, actually, I'm of the opinion we need to kubanja our presidential election, our president's election, because that's the first thing. Everything else will be corrected. Our prisoners are going to be set free. That's my contribution, is that's the first thing, priority.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, my brother, Ellen Prezo, seconds, and then we close. Thank you. And James will do the ngule for us. Dr. James. Yes, Ellen Prezo.
Yeah, I go by what Mary, the previous speaker, just said there. You know, we must know what to do and when. When you go at a wedding party, don't speak about the birthdays. If we have a stone hitting us on our way, if we choose to focus on people laughing at us whenever our feet hits on that rock, than focusing on how do we remove that rock, people will continue laughing. But the moment you remove the rock, there will be nothing to hit your feet. And therefore, people will not laugh at you because there will be nothing to hit you that would lead the people to laugh at you. So what is at stake at the moment is not about the prisoners. Never ask what a dictator can easily give you. We must ask him what he has stolen from us, and that is our victory. We must isolate those members of parliament that have been imposed on different constituencies. The people who voted for various members of parliament to lead them know whom they voted for. This is the time they must show their discontent in different parts of Uganda to challenge those that have been imparted on them. And we must demand for the victory of the people of Uganda. Not for Bobby Wine, but the victory of the people of Uganda. With that, let's go to work. Continue calling and following up with your people, where you come from, in your village, your family members, not to relax and sit back to wait for another 5 years. May God bless you all.
God bless. Yes, Dr. James, please step in. Let's flow, let's flow. Let's step in, let's close. Ngule, from you, please close us down, Doctor.
I have, sit here, see. You people have to sing. If you don't sing, I'll never buy milk. You have to sing. If you don't sing, okay. 1, 2, 3. All the time.
Everybody unmute. Come
All
on,
the
guys.
Kale munnayuganda wenna kimanye nti kikakatako kitukakatako. Guno gwe mulundi gwokka gwe tulina kuzikiza, tulina kubeerezaamu paka oba nnaku 3 oba nnaku 4 oba wiiki oba wiiki 2 paka nga nakyamalira avuddeko. Tetulina kudda mabega, tulina kuzikiza, tulina kubeerezaamu paka nga twegobyeko olunna.